Welcome, everyone, to the dance floor, where life lessons are learned through the art of dance. I'm your host, Anna Harsh, and today I have a super special guest, Miss Viviana Altieri, and she is the director of the school in Pittsburgh, Istituto Mondo Italiano, and you can find them on their website with the same name. But welcome, Viviana, benvenuto.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be on the dance floor with you.
Viviana, I met you years ago and suckered you into dancing with a little bit with Allegro Dance Company. And you did so well. I was so proud of you. And tell us a little bit about how you got to the United States. You're from Rome.
That is correct. So because I'm a Roman, I think I can change the idiom that says all the roads lead to Rome to all the roads lead to Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Because, there are quite a few of us professionals from Italy that have end up in the city of bridges. My story probably is a little different from the ones I hear about someone getting a job, following someone for love. I actually, when I was still living in Rome and I was born, raised, and educated there at the university. I actually studied overseas at the University of Moscow, and I met a lot of people, a lot of students from the United States, and I became a very good friend of a student from Duquesne University, which is a local university in Pittsburgh. And whenever the semester was over, we returned to our respective countries and we kept in touch. And a few months later, she sends me a communication that she got sponsored to for a conference in Rome, and she was going to come with another student and a professor and asked me whether I could spend some time with them. Needless to say, I was very, very happy about them coming. So I took a whole week to take them to the best spots. They came to my parents' house for dinner, really trying to show them some of the finest Italian hospitality that someone would expect.
And that's typical, like to take you in and feed you, like that. My family would have done the same.
Exactly. So on their last night, as they were packing their suitcases to return to Pittsburgh, they said, well, thank you very much. We would like to reciprocate. Why don't you come and visit us in Pittsburgh? And those 5 seconds of hesitation prompted the other student to say, I bet $100 you never leave your mama. Now, knowing that I was born with itchy feet, I love to travel, and I had lived in Ireland, and that's actually where I had got a job after university. The day after they were flying out, I was going to defend my thesis, and then eventually moved to Dublin to teach Russian at the University of
Wow.
So I took that bet seriously. We shook hands and we chose a deadline. We were ready in late October. So the end of the year, that was December 31st. So it was going to be the end of it. Put them on a plane, went to bed for 2 hours, went and defended my thesis successfully, and then start kind of thinking about this bet. I just didn't want to burn a good job opportunity just for a little vacation. So I contacted my other friend, the one that was a little more reliable, so to speak. And I said, this is my background. These are the languages that I speak. Is there any chance that in Pittsburgh, maybe I could find an internship or something that I can end up putting in on my resume, because I still wanted to. And she was very instrumental to put me in contact with an organization that is called the Pittsburgh Council for International Visitors back then. Now it's called Global Pittsburgh. And with language skills and everything, before I know, got sponsored to come in. So December 17, 1993. So it's been some time.
Wow.
We first landed at the Pittsburgh International Airport.
And here you've been, and you've really have blossomed. I'm so proud of you, Viviana. Like, you have really taken this trip and made something so grand and given us so much in the city that we can learn from you.
Oh,
tell the listeners how many languages you do speak or teach.
Well, obviously, Italian is my native tongue. English, I think I've mastered, still have my accent, and then I can get myself in and out of trouble in Russian, Turkish, and Spanish. Just because I also, and a little bit of French because I lived in Belgium for 2 years.
Wow. Well, I think most Italians, I think, also speak two or three other languages because it's so close to other countries.
That is
depending on where you live.
And I guess between the need and the fact that we associate other countries also as vacation destinations where you want to enjoy more of your experience if you communicated or just managed to get around. So our first family trip overseas, I was 7 years old and we swapped a summer home with a family from London. We actually drove from Rome all the way to London. So we crossed France and and I think at that point, maybe at that time, I didn't realize how important that experience would turn out to be for me. It was actually two families. So we were with our best friends and seeing the world, see how other people lived, whether sometimes we made fun of it. Back in the day, French people came out to the boulangerie with baguette under their armpits. We're like, what is that? But it's funny, but that was just
because you didn't understand
London, driving on the other side of the road and thinking that you're going backwards instead of because it just makes no sense.
Right. Yeah. And if you don't understand the culture, how they live, then you have this ignorance about you. I talk about that in my first book. In sixth grade, my mom and my brother and I decided to go to Italy. And that was my first trip out of the country. I was only 12. And you're right, that makes a huge impact. And you really don't realize how much you've learned until you get a little bit older and you're like, wow, that really set me on a path.
Mm-hmm, indeed.
So that's exciting. Well, we're going to take a little break. And I want you, when we come back, I want you to tell us about a really exciting award that you received and some of those interesting classes that we in the community can really absorb and learn so much from you. Okay. We'll be right back with Viviana. Welcome back, everyone. I'm here with my Roman friend, Viviana, and she has a school in Pittsburgh. Viviana, tell us a little bit about the school, but before you tell us about the school, there's something that you won, some kind of award?
So, yes. So prior to creating Istituto Mondo Italiano, I worked for several high-tech companies. So I did get a chance to travel all over the world. And I enjoy that. I enjoy traveling also for business tremendously, big presentations, that deadlines, all that good stuff that you get from corporate America. But anyway, what I was feeling over time is that I was losing contact with the community, which to me, it was the same community that welcomed me, made me feel at home. So I wanted to combine all my entrepreneurship experience I had built over the years with, again, how do I build community into my life back? So back 10 years ago, I did a little gutsy move of leaving a highly paid job for starting Mondo Italiano. And again, I set it up in a way, there is no membership. Anyone can join us. So the doors are always open. And but I wanted to do also in a way that mimicked, again, that business style that I had in me, wanted to create proposed programs that were innovative and kind of bridge, because we're in the city of bridges, what Italy used to be, or maybe the image of Italy that people are accustomed to if their grandparents immigrated, 100 years ago, great grandparents, to what Italy is now. And I guess this, so there is an annual award. That year was the first year we're talking about, maybe 5 years ago. And it's the Immigrant Entrepreneur Award. And you get actually elected by the community. People have to write to the organization proposing your candidature or wherever that word is. And then there is a very selective process. There is a beautiful event. And because I got nominated, I decided it was also nice to treat my staff to a nice, cocktail. It was a nice dinner and event.
Yeah, that sounds like a gala event and like a dress up occasion.
It was very close to Christmas time. So it was
wow.
A way of saying it. So we're like chit-chatting and they're talking, they're listing all the companies that were, and Duolingo was there, some, big names.
That's right.
And then eventually they get to the award and we're like, I was just putting a little piece of salmon into my mouth when it's the winner of the first immigrant entrepreneur, Viviana Altieri with Istituto Mondo Italiano. I just jumped as if I was in the stadium watching the Roma soccer game. And I was so unexpected, and I still get chills talking about it because it was a recognition of the work that has been done, and also the giving back to the community. Everything that I do every year, like yourself, we give so much.
We do.
And then having someone that appreciates it. And this time was not just privately, it was not just a friend.
Yeah, this is a big deal.
It was a big deal. Yes.
So. Wow. Well, congratulations and well-deserved. I hope that others, see your path and follow into your footsteps because you really have created quite a bridge yourself, for all of us to learn more about it. I know I always look at your stuff and go, gosh, I'm so admired of Viviana. She has so much to teach me. I'm struggling with trying to preserve the heritage and you're doing so well with it. You're making those bridges with the community. It's awesome.
As the hard work that goes into it, because you, Anna, are the same. You wake up in the morning and there is not taking a day off.
No.
whether you're sick or not, there are also
right.
some people expectations that you're going to be there for them.
Right.
And you just keep on persevering and until maybe you crack that nut. Maybe again, whether it's everyone has a unique perception of success. Mine has never been associated with a paycheck, but making the difference into someone's life. And it could be one person, could be 1,000. And seeing coming across students who I've tutored, and then seeing the children, and then them still remember their Italian nicknames from
right.
class. Or knowing that because they took those Italian classes, they went into diplomatic career or some other jobs that are making an impact. It's huge. It's the same way when your students enter in prestigious dance universities or
absolutely
on stage. It's just the biggest reward, just making the difference. That's all about.
It is a reward as a teacher. You want to give back. And when you see those students do well and just flourish in front of your eyes, then you're like, okay, we're getting somewhere and I'm achieving something myself. And I don't think they realize how much, we get out of it as teachers, seeing them progress and really perform well.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
So, they cheer themselves on like, hey, look what I accomplished. I heard I studied Italian. I can say this whole phrase now, or I'm, doing so many other things. Viviana, I know you have some amazing classes and gosh, I wish I had the lifetime to take every single one of them. So tell us a little bit about different classes. You have language classes and cooking classes, lots of artistic endeavors we can jump into.
Okay. So, yes, indeed, we have 3 different structures to our business, to Istituto Mondo Italiano. We have the language classes, which we offer every semester from absolute beginners to native-like levels. We're also the only institution that is actually approved by the University for Foreigners in Siena. So for those people that apply for dual citizenship through marriage, we are the only test center, and we prepare also students for that exam. We have a very, very high, like 99% passing rate, because we really devote a lot of efforts into preparing those students to succeed. Then we have the super popular cooking classes. During the cooking classes, these are definitely hands-on. There is no Martha Stewart here where, everything comes out prepared. So it's really fun because we have some kind of usual suspects of the Italian cuisine. So from our basic pasta making class to ravioli, tortellini, tiramisu, even panettone, and even the beautiful lemon delights dessert that Stanley Tucci featured in his Searching for Italy in
right in Naples. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, and then because when I travel to Italy, I spend some time focused on specifically discovering new things to bring back to our audience, then I try to include a couple of novelty items until they pick up and they kind of become expected from our audience. The other branch is the boutique, La Dolce Vita Boutique, where we import items, unique items from Italy. Again, these are not mass produced. I carefully select the artisans that I like to work with, and we only bring a few pieces. We like to have a variety of different items. So from purses and sweaters to items to for the house to also gold earrings from Abruzzo, which are delightful.
And I've shopped there before. They're gorgeous. Yes. And I think, maybe a Christmas shopping.
That's absolutely. During the Christmas time, we set up the whole place as a Christmas market, Italian Christmas market. We Love it. Have our online presence, so people can shop 365 days a year, no matter where they are in the world. And then the other one, we're colleagues in that our radio program, the Italian Radio Hour on Thursdays, where we bring guests from Italy, Italians living overseas, and also Italian-American stories of relevance.
Yes, and I got a chance to be a guest on the Italian Hour myself.
We were so happy.
That's incredible. And that's something that, I don't think a lot of people understand, like to bring all of these things here. You're saving us a trip to Italy in a sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not the same as being there.
I'm preparing you for that.
But you are preparing us for that next trip. And I know hopefully next year I'm going to be going back to do more research and studying. And so I love your shop, and I'm always looking at your website like, ooh, look at that purse. I think that would go with my next outfit, or look at this jewelry. Thinking about those items for a holiday gift for someone or someone that misses their family from Italy. I think these are great ways to touch back with their culture and remember their heritage and remember those people that maybe can't be here anymore, but you can remember them through these items or activities, right?
Yes. And also, the artisans that we represent, it's all about also supporting small businesses because these artisans don't export they don't get that visibility, but the quality of their craftsmanship is wonderful. That is that made in Italy that people recognize right away.
Yeah, there's great crucial detail in everything that they make. I know when I bought the castanets that we play for some of the folk dances that we do from the Campania region, the great detail that are shaped and molded into each and every castanet is really amazing. Every time I pick it up in my hand, I kind of appreciate that artisan craftsmanship that they take. And you want that great detail and care into the items that you buy. And that makes it so special for when you give it as a gift. Viviana, what a life, and I know you have so much experience. What would you tell that next generation? What's your life lesson? Here on the dance floor, we talk about life lessons.
When I can, I also serve as a mentor to the newcomers in a way that I've been there. So sometimes, you want to share what you have learned and still give room for people to experience their own experience. Right. Everyone has what they say, hit their head against the wall,
That's right.
Lesson. But anyway,
give them a little room to grow.
We can put a little pad in there if it's not necessary. But I think, first of all, you have to be passionate in whatever you decide to do, and persevere. And I think in dance, those two are indeed common values. Don't judge. People should also be a little nicer to themselves, because the idea of failure differs from person to person.
Right.
I personally am one of those people that like to take their decisions independently. I like to consult, but eventually it's on me to take that decision.
Mm-hmm.
And if the outcome doesn't reveal to be what I had hoped for, I don't consider it a failure. I just consider it an adjustment, a reflection time, and I can't blame anyone because I have made that decision. So, the $100 bet. Yes, I could have been now in Ireland and be a big professor with so many books under my belt. But
I hope you got that $100.
Never got the money, but met a lot of people worth the weight in gold. So I'm definitely richer than the $100. And then the third one, and this definitely comes from the way that I was raised, to continue to study and get better for your own self, because knowledge, no one can take it away. They can take away your money, your house, everything that you possess, but who you are, no one can take that away.
That's right. Knowledge is so powerful, and building that education, no matter if it's at school or through experiences, you've got to get it. Mm-hmm. And you're right. Nobody can take that away from you. That's your experiences. That's your knowledge. And really, that is the wealth, right? That is more than anything that you could possibly get or buy, or, all the $100 bets that we have out there.
And maybe choose your role models carefully. Associate yourself with someone who's just a little better than you. Again, that's the way that I was raised. Not because it's a continuous competition, because we only have one life.
That's right.
And to make it meaningful, if you add different shades to your existence, it's like life is like a magic cube. You reorganize it. It's a different combination. It's a different experience. And whether you don't have the tools, but someone else, you can learn from someone who's been there. I would say that probably family is number one. Mm-hmm. And then it's up to you to decide who within society and friends you decide to take as role models.
Yeah. We like to say who's in my dance circle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be careful of the dance people that you let in your circle, right? Because they impress you, or they impress those ideas upon you. And you want to know that they are in your corner, that they're rooting for you, even when you're not successful. And that's when you find those people, wow, they're worth gold.
And unfortunately, no one was born with an instruction manual. So
no.
Certain things that we learn, someone had told us when we were much younger, but probably we would not have listened.
Right.
So it's when you start sounding like your parents that you say, oh, maybe they were right, or at least you are in a good place. So
that's when the knowledge comes back out, doesn't it? Like we've heard it, and then when you hear it again coming out of your own mouth, maybe they had something to it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe there was something to those words. Well, Viviana, where can we get a hold of you? What is your website so we can join those cooking classes? And are those in person or online, or both?
We do a little bit of everything to accommodate, as we have also students and foodies all over the world. We actually had people join in from the UK and some other. So first of all, the website is www.istituto. There is no N in Italian. It's ISTITUTO, mondoitaliano.org. If you just look for me on Facebook, I'm super active, Viviana Altieri, Mondo Italiano.
And I'll include it in the notes so people can click on it.
And so an email that comes through the site, I personally handle them. So there is always that direct interface approach. Email works always best. Phone calls second, just because I teach, and I would hate for someone to call in and that call going into voicemail, but I'm very diligent with my emails. The classes, the language classes, we do have a hybrid format. We do have students coming in, but also some students connecting through Zoom. We started to do that when people felt that they wanted to resume that in-person interaction with the teachers, and then those that had started taking classes with us that were not in the Pittsburgh area. we wanted to continue their ability to progress with us. The cooking classes, we do them in person. During COVID, I did over 800 recipes. I was on every single day at 12 o'clock, rain or shine, presenting different recipes from all over the regions, all over Italy. That was a massive undertake because I would just finish a live video and then already work on the next one. Because, when you deal with breads or anything that needs to rise, your timing, that's another thing that I wanted to add. Your timing has to be perfect. You can't just show a bread rising.
Right.
And I think that's also what I see. And I recognize in yourself the professionalism. When you make it look simple, is because there is so much practice behind it. Your time, organization, it just has to be perfect. Because,
yes, you're right. There's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. There's a whole other dance that I do before. Yes, before I even get to the stage, for sure.
Yeah, so the stage, the performance, the cooking video are just the result of a lot of work that goes unseen, where we go through our lessons learned and so
for
forth.
Sure, Viviana, there is so much there. And cooking and speaking the language, there's so many lessons that you learn just by doing those activities, dancing, singing, all of those artistic endeavors that we take in. Teach us stuff about ourselves and about the community and about the regions of Italy. Each dish reflects also, a little something.
These are the same skills that a corporation will look in their new hires, because it's all about being professional, meeting deadlines, doing excellent work, and being flexible, thinking outside the box. So you can improvise those skills unless you have built it over time. So the artistic disciplines, the language, it's proven, it's research that students that have embraced those activities have better success in the workplace, because it's, an athlete has developed persistence, indeed, time management, and many other things over the years. And
yes, that consistency is the key to success, for sure. You have to be able to be there on time and be ready to work every single time. Mm-hmm. And even when you do come across those failures, you have to know how, like you said, improvisation, mm-hmm. To switch it around and make the best of it. Make some limoncello maybe out of mm-hmm. those lemons.
Yes, indeed. Mm-hmm.
Well, Viviana, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you came on the dance floor. We learned so much from all of our guests, and you are no different. We learned so much from you. I hope everybody that's listening can maybe join you with language classes, now cooking classes, and maybe that's a great gift for the holidays. What's your next cooking class right after Thanksgiving? What?
We actually have quite a few before. Yeah, we have after Thanksgiving, we have, so the third week of November is Italian cuisine week. So we'll have some special treats. So we have a class that was before Thanksgiving, November 20th. We have the super killing ravioli and tortellini making class on December the 4th. Strufoli, which is these teeny tiny balls of fried dough with sprinkles and everything.
They're amazing. They're a sweet treat. You want them in your mouth for sure.
Mm-hmm. And then we'll set up all our programming for the 2023 with also a nice highlight on the region that I visited this year, Sardinia, which I truly, truly love.
Wow. Well, Viviana, we can't wait. Please come back and tell us more in the new year about your new activities and new special events that you'll be having. And I'm so excited to spend the holidays possibly with you, and maybe my birthday, which is right after Thanksgiving.
Yes, that would be great.
It's going to be a big one this year, everyone. It's a big birthday for me, but I'm looking forward to celebrating it and maybe coming shopping and maybe doing a cooking class with you. So get on it, everyone. Visit their website. It'll be in the notes. And Viviana definitely will be the greatest host you'll ever meet. And we can't wait to spend the holidays together.
Thank you. Looking forward to seeing you again on and off the dance floor.
Absolutely. That's right. On and off.
If you still take me, I will have to come back. I definitely
You're always welcome in my circle.
So
you're always welcome in my circle, Viviana. And I know we didn't get a chance to talk about something we did together recently, but maybe the next episode we will hit that up and talk all about that special event we did.
Okay.
All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to The Dance Floor. I'm your host, Anna Harsh. And until next time, keep moving on the dance floor.